and welcome to Certain Inspirations with Dale. All right, today I want to be able to make sure that you know about the gift that you have. So I want to be able to inspire you, and hopefully before it's over, we can inspire each other. Don't forget, Business and Farm Market is now open, ready for business, and I hope that you get a chance to go out. And I know she has great fruits and vegetables. I love plums myself, so maybe you can get you some plums or something that's wonderful. And let's talk. Because I was thinking about seeds. Because we are now in the season where we're having watermelons and watermelon seeds. And so when you think about those seeds, you think about all things have some type of seeds in them. Even we as humans have seeds where we plant growth in our mind. We have our children that we bear, children bear our own fruit. And then so those different seeds that you plant. So thinking about seeds, what are you planting in your mind? What are some things that you tell yourself? Just like in those quiet, still moments when you're all by yourself, when you're all alone, and you're left with just your thoughts. When you're left with just your thoughts, you have nothing else to do but think about you. Think about those different things that you can attain in life, different things that you can acquire. And then on the other hand, when you have those storms in your life, you think, oh, well, that sounds loud, because that's like a panic. Panic is loud. So when you're thinking about panicking, you think about times where your faith can be shaking a little bit. You feel like you don't know what to do. You feel like you're giving up. That can be real loud. Have you ever noticed that? Think about that. That the panic is loud. And it is. Because what usually happens is when it's something negative or something that we have going on in our mind, we can't get that out of our head. All you think about is what's going wrong. You forget about what's going right. You think about those things that are going wrong. So that's why I say panic is loud. Because when you panic, it seems like that's the only thing you can think of. That's the only thing that you can put in your head. So you have to think about those things that can kind of silence the panic. So how do you shift your mindset? Hello, Ann. Thank you for joining. And thank you for putting the post out. And I had an engagement a little bit earlier today, and I'm just hopping on, so I apologize for not being right at 6 promptly. But I'll be here. And so when you think about that loud panic, you're thinking about things that don't go right all the time. You think about life's worries. And that's loud, because when things don't go right, and things are going wrong, or what you seem to think is going wrong, you can't get it out of your head. You're always thinking about it. Just something about the loudness of panic. When something is causing you to fret, you just you could be working on something and you can't get it out of your head. It's just there. But when you are finding peace is quiet. So find that seed that you can use to grow peace in your life. Think about peace. Peace is calm. It makes you want to just breathe, just breathe. That's what that peace does. Because God gives us that peace that we have. And then when you have peace, you think about those things that are like trees. Think about a tree. A tree moves back and forth in the wind. The leaves are blowing and everything. But when the storm goes, the tree is still there. Because that's how you have to be. You have to be rooted like a tree. You have to be anchored in God. Thinking about those things that you know might not seem like it's going right, but you have to know that when the wind blows in your life, you're just like the tree. The leaves are going to blow, things are going to happen, but you have to continue to tell yourself that I'm going to be like that tree, I'm going to stay anchored, I'm going to stay in peace. Because if you think about that panic, those things that can overwhelm you, then those things, but those things are going to be those things that can cause you to not feel like you're worthy enough to do what you're supposed to be doing. So if you think about finding those seeds that you can plant in yourself, plant good seeds. Like you said, you want to be on good soil. You want to be rooted. So plant good seeds Plant seeds of hope, seeds of understanding, seeds that get rid of doubt. You want to move that doubt out of the way. And be confident in any decision that you are making. Be confident in whatever decision you are trying to go through even right now. Some people out in the listening audience may be thinking about or contemplating different things that they're trying to do. And you prayed about it. You don't know which way to go, but all you know is that you have that peace. You have that trust in God. And you have the assurance to know that whatever you pray for, an honest and sincere prayer, knowing that you have lost control and you are relinquishing that control to God, then you'll know that you are not traveling this journey by yourself. Because sometimes you have situations that you're going through and it's out of your hand. But you have to know that when you plant that your seed with God, just know that it's out of your hand, but now it's in even a bigger hand. Because God is always our present help in a time of need, time of storm, time of those different situations. Even when you're trying to make a decision. You ever thought about decisions you're trying to make and you're really doubtful about it? Think about those. Just let that simmer for a moment. Think about a decision that you're trying to make. Yep. Whatever decision it is, know that that decision that you just thought about, that it can be something that if you just give it to God, you know you're making the right decision. Because sometimes what we have for our plan is not what God has for our plan. Because our plans and our thoughts are not his thoughts and our ways are not his ways. That's biblical. So think about the biblical principles that we have to let you know that sometimes the panic is going to be loud. But sometimes you have to realize that when you are going through something, sometimes God will take things away from you that you're trying to hold on to. I was talking to my sister about that earlier today. Sometimes we hold on to things that God really wants us to let go. And then so when you let go of those things that you feel like you just got to hold on to, just know that God has a bigger plan. Let him order your steps. Just know that whenever you need to be inspired, need something that you are trying to make a decision for, know that once you just stop for a moment and just breathe, you're going to be all right. So always find a way to breathe, find peace in the storm, stay rooted just like the tree, and always use God as your anchor. Because he is your anchor. No matter what you're going through, God already knows it. But you want to acknowledge. So find your way to find that seed of inspiration, seed of hope. And just know that no matter what you're going through, you have to always, always love yourself for the wonderful person you are. Because God already knows you. He established you even when you were in your mother's womb. He formed you. So he knows you. He knows whatever it is that you're worrying yourself over. Sometimes we just worry ourselves to death. And then we find out at the end that, man, that was all. So I didn't even have to worry myself over that. And then sometimes when you just let things go, just let it go. Sometimes when you find yourself letting things go, you realize that, I should have been there. I should have let that go a long time ago. But that comes from the lack of faith because you don't know the outcome of what's going to happen. You're not supposed to know the outcome. That's what faith is all about. That's why you have to be rooted in God, knowing that he's the anchor. You just hold on and enjoy the ride. Enjoy that journey with God, knowing that you can be inspired to plant whatever seed you want. Did you know that your mind can be a battlefield? That your mind really is a battlefield? Because when you think about it, you can think about those things that can be good. And then you say, okay, I can do that. I believe I can. I believe I can. Just like that little book. I think I can. I think I can with the train. And then you find yourself, if you look at the other side, you say, no, I don't think I can do that. So if somebody else can do it, what make you think you can't? You have to always look at that side. Glass half empty, glass half full. Because for me, I always tell myself, even when I feel like I can't do something, I say, you can do it. You can do it. I can hear my mom's voice and saying, then I tell myself, you can do it. You can do it. So know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. Sometimes you might take a little bit more research. Sometimes you might take a little bit more reading, a little bit more studying, a little bit more being in one place to learn something from a mentor, learn something from a coach. But you can still do it, because if these other people can do it, what make you think you can't? Aspire to be a dreamer. Aspire to be a visionary. Know that you are worthy. Know that you can have peace. Know that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Know that you are brave. Know that you are smart. Know that you can do these things, because you are truly an overcomer. So stay anchored. And I have truly, truly, truly been inspired by you. I've been inspired by all the different things that have been opening up in my mind since I started working with Such Inspirations with Dale. And I can also tell you that I feel like I'm on a faith journey. I was telling somebody that yesterday. I feel like I'm on a spiritual high, because when I get online with you, it just makes me feel good knowing that I can somehow say some words to help somebody else along the way. And again, this is Such Inspirations with Dale. Don't forget, Benison Farm Market is now open. Go out and get you some great fruits, vegetables, whatever it is that you have a desire for. Benison Farm Market, Greensboro, Alabama. All right, and I have truly been inspired by you, and I hope I said something that can inspire you too. So again, it's Such Inspirations with Dale, and love yourself for the wonderful person you are.